meatball subs on a crusty baguette with melted mozzarella and tomato sauce and a julienne fresh basil on top. Did I get your attention? Well, I hope so, because that's what's on the menu today. Hi, Michelle here with the Traveling Epicurean. Today I'm going to show you how to make some turkey meatballs. They're absolutely gourmet. You're going to love them. Let's go get those ingredients. This is what we're going to need for our wonderful turkey meatballs. Ground turkey, a really good Italian or ciabatta bread that's soaking in milk, our Parmigiano, fresh parsley. I do use a little bit of seasoned breadcrumbs in the turkey because turkey has a lot more moisture than beef, salt and pepper, 1 egg, and I've already grated our Parmesan, so I'm going to get the rest of the items in this bowl and we're going to start making these turkey meatballs. They're so good. They're lighter than a beef meatball. I use the same ingredients that I use for the beef meatball. I do add in an extra 1/4 cup of seasoned breadcrumbs though, because turkey has a lot more moisture, and so that's just a nice addition. The egg, the parsley, the grated cheese. I'm going to get the bread. It's really important to get good bread. I used ciabatta here, and I also had a really nice loaf of Italian bread. Something that has texture. I'm just crumbling up the big pieces, so it's a smaller texture, but it's crumbling nicely, and I'm going to measure out 3/4 cup. Great, so here are all of our ingredients. We have the Parmesan, the fresh parsley, the 3/4 cup of that lovely bread with the good texture, some seasoned breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, and an egg. And I'm just going to whisk this. It's important that you do this. You really, you don't want to overwork those meatballs. And so this way everything gets mixed nicely. And then we're going to gently fold in with our hands. You really have to do it with your hands. That's only how they've been doing it for hundreds of years. All right. It smells so good. I could smell the garlic and the fresh parsley and the cheese. Ooh, how yummy. All right, so we're going to add in our pound of turkey here, and I'm just going to gently mix that in with my hands, just like that, and then we'll start forming it really does smell so good. Then we're going to start forming the meatballs with a cookie scoop. It makes it really quick. They're all the same size. Okay, that's it. You don't need to mix that anymore. It looks out. All right, so I'm going to spray this pan with pan. And then we're going to line up all of our meatballs as we make them right on that pan. And I'm also going to put a little drizzle of olive oil, just because I love the flavor. Okay, here we go. We're going to get a scoop of the turkey, just like that. How easy is that? We're going to start to roll them, 2 seconds to roll them, and put them right on the pan. Makes it nice and easy. Once you have all the ingredients, it only takes mere minutes just to put it together. Scooper makes it even quicker to use this scooper. So you're not figuring out, oh, is that too big, is that too small, and then putting some back in the bowl, taking it back out. It'll just drive you crazy. Okay, so then I need to wash the hands, because it does come out nice. All right, so we're going to give a little bit of spray. All right, so here we're going to spray the tops with the pan. Give it a nice coating, and that's going to help it get golden. Let's get them in the oven. Get these in the oven, and I really like baking them. Woo! I think it's such a wonderful thing not to have to stand by the stove and fry them. Baking is wonderful. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes and I just took them out of the oven, and then I'm just going to flip them over. Look how pretty and golden those are on the other side. And then I'm gonna get them back in the oven for another 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go through all of these and we'll pop them right back in the oven. So I just got these all unstuck. They're a little bit stuck. And these are just amazing. So I'm just gonna start putting them in this bowl here. And then, of course, we have to try one. My test for meatball, actually, is to try one before it goes in the sauce. You make sure that it tastes delicious. So we're getting all these meatballs off of the tray here. And then I'm gonna add some wine to this tray while it's still hot. And get all those bits. We're gonna pour that just right over the meatballs. The tray is still warm. And look at all that gravy. That is just amazing. So I scraped all those bits off of that pan with the red wine. I am going to take one meatball out though, because we need to eat that baby. And then I'm just going to pour all of this amazing juice over these meatballs. So look, I have all that red wine on the bottom there. And I'm just going to coat all the meatballs. Here's our beautiful tomato basil pasta sauce that I just got simmering. I'm going to add our turkey meatballs to them, and then I'm going to put in about 10 to 12 fresh basil leaves, and that's just going to infuse all this flavor into those turkey meatballs. I'm also going to take out a few meatballs because my daughter likes them plain with spaghetti and butter. So we'll give her a few there. And then we're just gonna toss these beautiful meatballs in that red wine sauce that we deglazed the cookie sheet with after the meatballs came out of the oven. They look beautiful. You know, these are gonna simmer for about an hour and a half. Could even be 2 hours. Lay in all these basil leaves. That's really gonna infuse some wonderful flavor into that sauce and into those meatballs. These turkey meatballs are gonna simmer and get moist and infuse all that flavor in there. They're gonna be absolutely delicious. And what I did here is you see the large chunks of tomatoes, which I actually put on that tomato basil pasta recipe, that if you want it chunkier, only puree the first can with the sauteed carrots, onion and garlic, and then the second can just pulse like maybe 3 or 4 times, and that'll just break up the tomatoes easily for you, and then put them into the sauce. They're still going to be really tender after simmering for about an hour and a half, but it's going to have a little bit more texture to the sauce. It won't be such a fine sauce. Well, it's been about 2 hours. I actually had some errands to do, so I went for a few more minutes than I was planning on, but that's even better. The longer you can simmer them, the better they get. And I'm just going to take this off, and look how amazing that looks. Give it a nice stir. Oh my goodness, it smells. I tell you, when you leave the house and you come back in and you smell those aromas of tomato and basil and garlic and the meatballs. So this is my favorite thing to do. A little bit of butter on a baguette. Really, one of the benefits of being the chef is testing the sauce. I am sauce gal. And I love my sauce. I really do. I make it once a week. It's just so tasty. It goes with everything. And these meatballs, it's gonna be out of this world. So let's get over there and start building that meatball sub and top it with mozzarella and get it in the oven. These meatballs are gonna be really tender. We have our incredible turkey meatballs and our sauce. It's been so nice. It was simmering for 2 hours. I have a couple of crostinis. I actually had to make a whole bunch because I'm catering a wedding this weekend. So I thought it would be nice to show you how to make some quick little pizza appetizers with these turkey meatballs, because we are putting together this turkey sub with some fresh basil and some mozzarella, and then we're going to pop it in the oven just for a few minutes and let that all melt. It's going to be really, really good. All right, so let's get that baguette sliced in half. So we're going to slice this baguette in half, and we're going to start building that meatball sub. I'm not going to slice all the way through, just enough so I can open it just like this. And then we're gonna build this. You know, I've been cooking a lot more with ground turkey, and I'm gonna tell you that I absolutely love it. I feel like it makes it a lighter meal. And a true turkey aficionado had told me once that if you steam a turkey burger, it's out of this world, and they were so right. I steam my burgers, and by simmering those turkey meatballs for 2 hours, it's like steaming that turkey meatball, and it makes it moist and tender, and it's gonna melt in our mouth in this sauce. So I pulled out a meatball. I'm gonna cut this into 4s, and then I'm going to place each slice right on those little crostinis that I made. First, I'm gonna top them with a little bit of sauce. These are the little pizzas that we're gonna make, and they're gonna be crunchy and delicious. We'll get a little sauce on there. All right, so let's get some cheese on there. A little bit of cheese on each one. So I sliced up that turkey meatball. Look at the inside of those. Don't they look scrumptious? Absolutely delicious. All right, so I'm gonna take this and just place it right there on top of our little pizza. I'm gonna grab another one and place it right there. And these are great little appetizers. What's great about meatballs, which I do all the time, is I make a batch and then I freeze like at least half of them. This way you can always pull them out anytime you want. Whenever friends or guests drop by, boom, you have your meatballs already made. They're in the freezer. For spaghetti and meatballs, for little pizza appetizers, so many different things you can do with this. It's awesome. And now we're gonna start to build our meatball sub here. I'm just gonna put sauce on the bottom, a layer of sauce. I really like doing the chunky, even only pureeing one can to really fine texture, and having the other can at a little bit thicker texture, because I like to get a piece of tomato. All right, now I'm going to start placing meatballs right on top there. Just get that mozzarella on there. And we're just going to slather it up. So let's get that into a 400-degree oven, and let's toast it up. It's going to be really, really good. I got it on the cutting board. It's pretty big. And then we're just going to fold this baby. Look at that. Woohoo! That's gonna be a hard one to eat, actually. I may need a fork and knife. Okay, I'm gonna slice this up. I'm gonna try one of those cute little pizzas I made with the crostinis and the sauce and the cheese and the slice of meatball on top. What great little appetizers they are. Mmm. Wow. What a perfect party item. You're gonna love this too. Very easy to make. Mm. Mm. Really good. So incredible. I can't even remember the last time I had a meatball sub. That was really delicious. I had a lot of fun today making those baked turkey meatballs and then simmering them in the sauce. It really gives it that tender texture to that meatball. And then with that fresh mozzarella and basil, you can't go wrong with that one. You can find this recipe and so many more at the Traveling Epicurean. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking on this pink bar here. That will actually take you to my home page, and then you click on the red subscribe rectangle that's located there. Your subscription is really important to me. In fact, whenever you are on any YouTube channel and you love what you see and you're learning something new, click on their subscribe button, because you are vital to us. You keep us going, and we really appreciate that. So I also want to say thank you to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. It means a great deal. Thank you so much. Ciao.